Caitlin Clark's coach just dropped a bombshell, blasting the WNBA referees for what she calls unbelievable disrespect after a controversial no call in the Fever's latest game. Stephanie White isn't holding back, calling the officiating egregious and questioning whether the league's system for handling missed calls even works. What happened on that final play?
As the New York Liberty win by way of a squeaker, some controversy on that last play, no doubt about it. Stephanie White had a challenge. She didn't bother to use it.
I thought she got fouled. I think it's pretty egregious what's been happening to us the last few games. A minus 31 free throw discrepancy. And I might be able to understand it if we were just chucking threes, but we're not. We're attacking the rim. And the disrespect right now for our team has been pretty unbelievable. So it's disappointing.
The Fever were down by just 2 points, and all eyes were on Caitlin Clark, the team's star rookie, and the player everyone trusted to make something happen. With the clock winding down, Clark made a decisive move to drive toward the basket. But as she pushed forward, New York Liberty's Natasha Cloud forcefully collided with her, driving her shoulder square into Clark's midsection. The impact was so strong that Clark lost control of the ball, sending it flying loose. From the moment it happened, Clark's reaction was immediate and clear. She looked directly at the referees, expecting the whistle to blow and a foul to be called in her favor. But shockingly, the referees stayed silent. No whistle, no call.
There were also 2 separate runs during this game, extended runs by way of the New York Liberty on the Indiana Fever, and in true Christy Sides kind of fashion, Stephanie White swallowed her whistle.
In disbelief, Sophie Cunningham, one of Clark's closest teammates, rushed over to the officials, visibly frustrated, yelling for them to review the play. The crowd, sensing the injustice, fell into stunned silence, then erupted in boos and protests. When the replay was shown, it left no doubt. Cloud's shoulder had clearly pushed into Clark just as she was making her move, a textbook foul in any game. Yet, despite the evidence, the referees refused to make the call, effectively sealing the game's outcome. Clark remained on the floor, a mix of exhaustion and disbelief washing over her face as the buzzer sounded. The Fever were left not only with a painful loss, but with the haunting question, what if that call had gone their way? What if the game had been fair? After the final buzzer echoed through the arena, Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White didn't hold back her frustration, and her words sent shockwaves across the WNBA community. In the post-game press conference, White spoke with fierce conviction. "I thought she got fouled," she began, referring to Caitlin Clark's crucial play. But then she laid it out bluntly. "I think it's pretty egregious what's been happening to us the last few games." The coach wasn't just upset about a single no call. She was highlighting a troubling trend that's been haunting the Fever all season. With palpable frustration in her voice, White continued, "The disrespect right now for our team has been pretty unbelievable." Those words carried heavy weight. They revealed a deeper concern that goes beyond just one play or one game, according to White. The Fever have been consistently overlooked or shortchanged by referees, creating an uneven playing field that's impacting their ability to compete fairly. She also voiced doubts about the league's mechanisms for handling these issues. "There's a system to send stuff in and communicate our grievances," she explained, "but I don't know if I feel like the system works." And White's skepticism raises important questions about how effective the WNBA's current review processes are in protecting teams and players from officiating mistakes. Her comments struck a chord among fans, players, and analysts alike, sparking debate about the quality and consistency of officiating in the league. Many are now wondering, is this a sign of bigger problems within the WNBA's officiating system? And what does it mean for Caitlin Clark and the Fever's future if these egregious calls keep happening? Caitlin Clark, known for her calm and confident presence on the court, showed a different side after that controversial final play. During post-game interviews, she stayed measured and respectful, choosing not to openly criticize the referees. When asked about the no call, Clark simply said, "I don't know. I have to go back and watch." Yet, her words couldn't hide the frustration that was clear for everyone to see. On the court, Clark's body language spoke volumes. The moment the whistle didn't blow, she immediately turned to the referees, visibly upset and protesting the missed call. It was a rare emotional outburst from the usually composed rookie, not because she missed a shot, but because she felt denied the chance to even attempt it. The sting of being robbed in such a critical moment was palpable, and her teammates rallied around her in support. For fans and analysts watching, this incident was yet another stark example of what many believe is a troubling trend: Caitlin Clark being held to a different standard by the officials. Throughout the season, she's faced relentless physical defense, often more aggressive than what other players endure, and yet, she's received fewer favorable foul calls. This pattern has led to growing conversations about whether the league's officiating is unfairly targeting her, either consciously or unconsciously. Clark's restrained response off the court contrasted sharply with the emotions she showed during the game, highlighting her maturity as a player but also the toll these situations take. It's clear that while she remains focused on improving and leading her team, the question lingers. How much longer can she endure being on the receiving end of such disrespect, both in the physicality of play and in the calls or non-calls made by the referees? There are multiple theories circulating. Some believe that veteran players, perhaps feeling threatened by Clark's rapid rise, are deliberately sending a message through aggressive, hard fouls designed to shake her confidence or slow her down. Others suggest that the WNBA, whether intentionally or not, may be allowing games to become more physical against Clark, operating under the misguided belief that she needs to be toughened up for the rigors of professional basketball. This raises critical questions about player welfare and whether the league is adequately safeguarding its young talent. Then, of course, there's the question of officiating quality and consistency. Coach White's fiery condemnation of the referees shines a harsh light on a system that many now feel is failing to deliver fair and balanced calls. The league's mechanisms for addressing grievances and reviewing controversial decisions are under scrutiny, with even insiders expressing doubts about their effectiveness. The frustration isn't just coming from one coach or one team, it's echoing throughout the league, stirring debates among fans, analysts, and players alike. Coach Stephanie White's blunt and public criticism has ignited a much-needed, broader conversation about fairness, respect, and accountability in the WNBA, a league that is still evolving but rapidly gaining prominence on the global basketball stage. White's candid remarks serve as a wake-up call, forcing the league to face a difficult reality. While the WNBA has made huge strides in growing its fan base and showcasing elite talent, there remains an ongoing challenge in ensuring that its players, especially its brightest stars, are treated fairly and protected adequately on the court. This is not just about one game or one referee's decision. It's about the integrity of the sport itself. As Caitlin Clark continues to electrify crowds, break records, and elevate the Indiana Fever to new heights, she has become more than just a rookie. She's a symbol of the league's future and its potential to capture worldwide attention. However, with that spotlight comes increased scrutiny, and unfortunately, a growing perception that she is subject to a different, harsher standard of officiating. Coach White's frustration underscores a systemic issue where calls seem inconsistent, and physical play against Clark often goes unchecked, leaving fans and players alike questioning if the league is doing enough to uphold the standards of fairness and player safety. The WNBA now faces pressure from all sides. Fans demand transparent and consistent officiating. Players want to feel secure and respected on the court. And the league itself must balance competitive integrity with the responsibility to nurture and protect its stars. White's public outburst isn't just an emotional reaction, it's a call for accountability. It challenges the existing systems for reviewing officiating decisions, questioning whether they are effective or simply window dressing. Moreover, this moment highlights a larger issue in professional sports, the treatment and protection of young rising stars. Clark is a generational talent whose style and success are redefining the game. If the league cannot provide her with equitable protection, it risks alienating its players and fans and potentially stunting its own growth. Fair and consistent officiating is crucial not only for Clark, but for all players, striving to compete at the highest level without fear of unfair treatment or injury. Fans and supporters of the game are hopeful that this controversy will serve as a catalyst for meaningful change. They want to see referees enforce the rules with consistency and fairness, ensuring that every player, regardless of experience or fame, is given equal respect and protection. It's about preserving the integrity of the game and fostering an environment where athletes can perform at their best without being subjected to unnecessary physical risks or biased calls. How the WNBA responds in the coming weeks and months will be critical. The league must show that it values its players and fans by committing to improved officiating standards, transparency, and accountability. The eyes of the basketball world are watching closely. This moment represents not just a challenge, but also an opportunity for the WNBA to demonstrate its dedication to fairness and player welfare, principles that will be essential as the league continues to grow and capture the hearts of fans around the world. In this pivotal moment, the WNBA stands at a crossroads. Will it address these concerns head-on and reaffirm its commitment to fairness and player safety? Or will the controversies simmer, risking damage to the league's credibility and the careers of its brightest stars? The eyes of the basketball world are watching, and the next moves could shape the future of women's basketball for years to come. One thing is clear: this won't be the last time we hear about Caitlin Clark and controversial officiating. As long as she's dominating the court, fans, players, and coaches will be watching every call with a critical eye. And now, after this game, the league itself can't look away. When a coach publicly declares that the system is broken and her team is being disrespected, it's more than just frustration. It's a powerful call for change. The WNBA's future depends on how it answers that call.